Welcome back friends in this series of selection tools. In this lesson we will have a look at the various lasso selection tools. In the previous selection we looked at rectangular and elliptical marquee selection. This is the lasso selection. If you hold this little triangle you can see the options. Under lasso tool there are three different tools: the basic lasso tool and the polygonal lasso tool and magnetic lasso tool. The keyboard shortcut is L. Again, to toggle between all these three tools, press Shift L. Let's take this first one, the lasso tool, and try to make a selection around this square. To make a selection, just click once and start dragging like you are drawing with a pencil and close it here. Again, like other selection tools, it has these options: add to selection, subtract and intersect. I am on the first selection. I am taking a new selection. If I drop, even if I do not finish it, it will close on its own and complete the selection. This lasso tool needs a very steady hand to make a selection. Like I don't have that steady hand. It does not give us the precise selection. Again, to move the selection, place your cursor inside the selection and start moving. I'll press Ctrl D to deselect. This is a nice tool and comes handy when we need to make an irregular selection. Like so. To make a precise selection, let's go to this polygonal lasso tool. With polygonal lasso, click and leave the mouse and start dragging. To change the direction, click once more and drag. Every time I click, I add an anchor point. So to add an anchor point here, I'll click again and drag. Click and leave the mouse and drag. Now when you reach the starting point, the cursor has a little circle beside it, which means that it will close in on the selection. So if I click with this cursor, it will give us a selection. So unlike the basic lasso tool, the polygonal lasso tool gives us more control and precision. I'll press Ctrl D to deselect. One thing I want to tell you about this polygonal lasso tool is, suppose we are making some anchor points and during the selection at any point we think that we have made the anchor point at the wrong point. Suppose I made the anchor point here but I don't want it here. So I'll hit backspace on my keyboard. It will take me back to this anchor point and I can now click another anchor point. Like so. Another useful feature of this polygonal lasso tool is that sometimes it might be difficult to find this end point. I'll hit backspace once. Now it's difficult to find the end point. If I think that my selection is complete, hit Ctrl on your keyboard and you will see that the marquee changes to this circle one and click. It will close the selection. Cool. It has created that last anchor point and closed it. I'll hit Ctrl D to deselect. Another feature that I want to talk to you is, if I click the first point and press Shift on my keyboard to click another point, it will constrain it to a 45 degrees angle, either a straight line or a diagonal line. I am holding Shift and clicking. Hold Shift and click, hold Shift and click. It will give you straight lines. Now to add, subtract or make intersecting selections, the keyboard shortcuts are same. Shift to add, Alt to subtract and Shift plus Alt to intersect. I'll Ctrl D to deselect. The last one is the magnetic lasso tool. The magnetic lasso tool looks for a contrast in the image and it sticks to that contrasting image. Though it sticks to the contrasting edge, I don't recommend using it because this tool is a little bit difficult to control. There are some more accurate selection tools added to Photoshop since the addition of this magnetic lasso tool. But just for the sake of education, I'll tell you what it does. I'm sure you will not have to use it because there are some other tools that will do a much better job. This magnetic lasso tool tries to look for the areas of contrast and works best if any scene has good contrast. Now if I want to make a selection around this square, I'll just click once and start dragging. You can see that it's sticking to the edge, to the contrast area and creating some anchor points on its own. and again you will see this rounded cursor and click it again and you get the selection. It works best on the areas of high contrast. It does a decent job, but one thing we have to remember about the magnetic lasso tool is that it needs the areas of high contrast. Like here, it has deviated from its path because of this gap. There is a contrast, but this black line is quite broad. I'll deselect it. Like polygonal lasso tool, we can manually add anchor points by simply clicking. I click to add a point. I'll deselect. Here are some options for this tool. For example, this contrast. If I bump up this contrast value and start making the selection, it looks for a crisp contrast. I'll deselect. If I bring it down, say to 1%, it will deviate a lot from its path. Now this frequency means the number of anchor points magnetic lasso tool adds. By default is 57. If I decrease it and now click and drag, you can see there are very less anchor points. I'll deselect. If I bump up the frequency to say 90% and start making a selection, you can see that there are a lot more points. But these points are not good because they'll give you some jagged edges. So that was a look at the various lasso tools. See you in the next lesson.